Tommy, you need to watch your words. Have you ever watched your words, Tommy?
I've watched them roll off the tip of my tongue going, no, come back.
Come back to me. Come back. You can't grab those elusive bastards once they've escaped, though. That's what I've found.
I want to know.
I want to know. Tommy, the First Amendment says we have that freedom of speech.
Yeah, but we shouldn't sometimes.
Well, it's my favorite amendment. It says...
Is it really?
It's my favorite. What's better? What's better than freedom of speech?
I'd like to shut a few people up by law.
Oh, my God. I mean, it says that in this great country of ours, you can say anything you want without fear of censorship or threat of repercussion, Tommy.
Yeah, that's a bunch of BS.
Bull spit, you say?
Yes, sir.
What? Why such strong words towards this beloved First Amendment?
Well, because if you tell somebody, hey, buddy, you're a fucking jackass, you'll probably get a repercussion.
You might get a repercussion. I mean, yeah, and here's another way. Here's another place freedom of speech doesn't work so well. I'm here to tell you, Tommy, that freedom of speech does not extend to a woman who wants to get married. You really have to watch what you say at all times. Did you know this?
I have a feeling you're finding it out.
Listen here. You listen. Tommy, you listen. Listen, Tommy. Tommy, listen.
That's all I do. I just respond when told to.
A gentleman does not name names, you know? I mean, it's a great way to get in trouble speaking. I found that in this life you get a lot further with honey than vinegar, you see.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, I get it.
So this is just a theoretical story, I suppose. I mean, you just got to watch your mouth is what I'm telling you. Suppose you're with your chosen person, and that chosen person really wants to get married, and you say something like, I'm going to go to the store and get a pop. You want anything? I mean, don't be surprised if the response is, yeah, pop the question, you know.
Oh.
Choose your words carefully.
Very good life lesson for you there, Randall.
One time, I myself was being a humorous dandy as I'm known to be.
Sure. Yeah.
I know.
Of course.
And I said, I propose we get Buffalo Wild Wings. This is what I say because I'm an uncomprehending baboon. I say this.
And you use the word propose.
I do. Yes. Ooh, I just said that. I do. That's bad to say right now in this second.
I see the stars aligning.
Oh, God. So I say this. I say, I propose we get Buffalo Wild Wings. And she says, oh, you propose. You propose, do you? You know?
Well, it is weird that you talk like Lord Byron.
Well, I am.
I do declare.
I am a mighty sir. I don't know if you know that about me or not. I am that. If nothing else, I am a sir of the highest order. I think that's been established, you know?
We don't call you Lord Randy. We just say Lord Randy.
I feel like there's a lot of truth behind that statement, quite honestly. Like, here's a cautionary tale, Randy. Take notes, fellas. Here's one you don't do. Can I throw out an example from my life? I shall. Never, guys, and I can't stress this enough, never be playing with your girlfriend's affectionate cat. And that's not a euphemism or double entendre, all you gutter fucks. Think clean thoughts here. This isn't Pornhub. Relax your libido. Picture Tommy. The cold shock will recenter you. So suppose you're playing with your girlfriend's affectionate cat. And you're just like, I love you to the cat. Well, what's the deal? Well, definitely don't say that to the cat because, one, they don't speak English. They don't. And two...
They understand it.
Sometimes, I think. And two, definitely don't say that to the cat when you haven't said, I love you to your girlfriend first. That was last year. That was a blunder on my part.
Wow. Well, that is a fucking weird thing to say to a cat. I don't know how you're still with this lady.
How can you not love a cat, Tommy?
I can't stand cats.
Oh, see? Cats can't stand you. Maybe you're the problem. You ever consider that?
Both of those aren't true. I'm just more of a dog person, but I do like any animal. Any animal. Bring them all to me. I'll love them all.
Yeah. He's going to love all your animals, folks. Watch out. Even being married, Tommy, you know that you have to mind your P's and Q's at all times, don't you?
I mean, I'm pretty dumb, you know that.
Yeah. See that stuttering non-answer? That's an acknowledgement. Yeah. That's a silent acknowledgement. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just say a lot of dumb shit, and I think the beloved knew that, and she knew what she was getting into. I think so. She is much smarter than me.
No, you don't say. People out there, if you've experienced this, saying the wrong thing at the wrong time and, really putting your foot in your mouth, I want you to call the Miserable Hotline, 810-328-3826, and give us your story. Call the hotline and give us a ring. God damn it. I'm going to be in trouble for that one now. Drop that beat, D-boy.
Put it in. We're drinking summer shandy on Thursday. We so motherfucking out here, though. We never been this out here. Woo! So strange when it's changing the sleep. What you know about Leonard Skinner? The whacker the intro, the hotter the verse every time, baby. Well, I've been working like a working man do. Got my act together, gonna walk all over you. Pressure pushing down on me, pushing down on you. Shit, let's raise the roof. Woo! About time, it's the era of the rebels. Cloud 9 in the air up in the vessels. Generation fearless, got a taste for weirdness. Flow on fire, that's the way my beard is. Hard times, jump starting the grind. It's all good, y'all. Things fall apart sometimes. Let it go, let me know when you're ready, though. Don't push me, cuz until the edge I'm close. When the time comes, ride for something. Or live to be 9 and then just die for nothing. Speak their heart, your baby, speak their mind. And I'ma play their part and I'ma freak that rhyme one time for you. Rhyme one time for you. I'm an island, man. There ain't nothing else by me, man. And I drink enough whiskey to float a battleship around this bitch any motherfucking how. Wow.
Welcome to the Miserable Retail Slave Show. We're coming to you from the Pod Shack outside beautiful Flint, Michigan, USA. My name is Randy, and with me is my boy Wonder. His name is Tommy. Say hello to the people, sir.
Hello, people.
Hello, people. How's it going? Thank you, everybody, so much. This isn't your time to talk, Tommy. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in. I am in such a great mood. Did you know that? I am about to cry. I'm so happy.
Wow.
Moved to tears by this life I am. That's...
Tell us about it.
Tell you about it. I mean, I look in the mirror, I'm looking like shit, feeling like shit, so that's great. My jaw hurts. Oh, what a great life.
Your jaw hurts.
Yeah, my jaw hurts. You ever have a jaw hurt? Oh, my God.
You want to explain that one? Your jaw just randomly hurts?
Well... Sometimes you reach a certain age and things just don't work the way they should. You understand?
You're jabbering too much.
I might have a jabber jaw. I am moved. Shout out to all you dear listeners in the U.S., United Kingdom, and New Zealand. We were charting, baby, in the top 200 on the improv comedy charts in the U.S. and the U.K. Thank you, all you folks, all you kids and teens and hot 20s out there. My God, all these supple 20-somethings just putting us over the edge. Can you even believe it?
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
What'd you call it? Supple?
Oh, yeah, they're supple,
What's that mean?
Well, they've got those bodies that just, they haven't broken down yet. They're just like the best, trotting around, doing whatever they want. Having Taco Bell 7 days a week. Who gives a fuck, Oh,
I do that anyway.
Well, you're going to pay the price, sir.
I do that, too.
Yeah. They like the tech, that demographic, I've decided, those supple 20-somethings. Like, I have this Epiphany, which isn't the name of a stripper working the mid-afternoon shift, really. It's more of a revelation, Tommy. You ever have a revelation?
Like a light bulb.
Oh, man, like a light bulb. Although Epiphany's dance moves at mid-afternoon, 4 p.m., can be a revelation, too, in a different way, I think. You understand? But I decided that I had this epiphany. I decided that the reason that these kids, they don't smoke no more, these cigarettes, because that was the cool thing to do when we were hot, supple 20-somethings. But now they all vape. They sitting there vaping their ass off. And I think it's because it's vaguely electronic, so kids vape now. That's why they vape, because it reminds them of the screens they're constantly glued to.
It's a technology that their parents wouldn't know how to do.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I mean, if I grabbed a vape pen, I wouldn't know what to do with it.
Oh, God. YouTube video, here we go. I will buy that vape pen. Tommy learns to vape. Let's do it.
I ain't doing it. I just saw a special on it. They said, doctor said it's worse than cigarettes.
You're too old for after-school specials, sir.
They did a thing on it. It's like what is it, 100 and almost 200 degrees Fahrenheit when it hits your lungs.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's got to be pretty safe, huh?
Yeah, that's hell on your lungs there or something.
Oh my God, and you just reminded me that I had a dream that I was smoking again last night, like a regular cigarette. I couldn't get it lit. I finally did.
I guess it's freaking fate, right? I guess you need to be smoking. Let's get you some blueberry kush and vape your ass off, sir.
Has it been 2 years or 3 years? I think it's been 2 years since I've had a cigarette. So
Joe Camel is weeping right now because you're not supporting the habit.
I never really bought Camels. I'd like to mix it up every once in a while, but I usually went from Marlboros to then I'd get the real cheap Pall Malls, and then I would get the I think I ended on the American Spirit. I
was never into smoking all the cigarettes, you see. But boy, when I was a kid, I sure loved all those ads with that Joe Camel. I just thought it was the coolest thing. Look at this cartoon of the camel, always smoking.
Yeah, they got rid of him, didn't they? They got rid of old Joe Camel.
Yeah.
They put him down.
They had to put him down. That was back in the day when all the mascots, everybody had a mascot to sell you something, and it always worked. Like,
yeah.
The fucking talking Spot sold you 7-Up. When's the last time you had a 7-Up? The last time you saw Spot in a commercial, that's when.
Yeah, Spuds McKenzie sold you Budweiser.
The fucking Noid shoved pizza down your stupid throat.
Ah, yes.
Oh my God. So many living embodiments of our own vices right there. Being like, bye.
Sales and marketing.
Sales and marketing, baby.
Yeah. Never really has much to do with the product. It's just something that your mind associates. It's all psychology, you see.
Oh, is it? Tell me more there.
Well, sure. I mean,
I was just kidding. I don't want to hear your fucking voice anymore. Tommy, why is it? Why is it? You tell me this since you have all the answers, you smart boy. There?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Why is it when somebody eats something that they don't like, they always want you to try it too? What is that?
That's always a good question.
Yeah.
I've had that thought before. I think it's because misery loves company.
You think? Is that what it is? My sister was eating some dumb, stupid thing the other day, and I don't even know what it was. So who cares? It might have been some stupid bag of chips or something that she decided to try. And she goes, here, try this. And she hands me, she's got a little triangular piece of garbage in her hand. And she says, here, try this. And I looked at her right in the stupid face. And I said, I'm not going to eat it. If you just got done telling me how horrible it is, what sense does that make?
Well, you're no fun.
I am not no fun. This isn't a game of being boozled. You're not going to trick me. You already made a face and went on and on about how awful it is. I don't need to bask in your misery there. I don't need to.
Well, maybe everybody's different, Randy. Some people don't like hot sauce. I love hot sauce.
Oh. How would you do on that show, Hot Ones? How far would you get? Tell me.
Ooh, probably not very far. I'm not too, I like it, but I'm I'm not too brave when it comes to the hot sauce.
Well, I guess we just had another idea for another YouTube video. You know, this is great. Content for days. 2021. Content for days.
Make 10 seconds to tears with Tommy Thompson.
Yep. Tommy eats hot stuff. Tommy vapes his ass off. God, what other predicaments can we throw this Tommy character into? Tommy's our own little cartoon mascot to sell this podcast, I've decided.
Let's see if I can get my tongue stuck on a pole.
I tweeted about that the other day because I watched that movie because, of course, I did. It was Christmas, and it's on 24 hours on TNT.
I'm so happy I don't have TNT.
Do you like that movie?
I do not.
You hate it?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen Christmas Vacation probably 10,000 times, and it never gets old to me. And I've seen Christmas Story probably 10 times, and I think it got old to me after maybe like the third or fourth one.
I can understand that. I don't think I saw it all the way through in like 15 years. So it was fun to sit there and watch it because I didn't really remember much of it. I did remember the tongue on the pole spot because everybody remembers that bit.
Yeah.
And I remember it distinctly because in 5th grade, we watched that right before Christmas break. And this kid named Josh, the next day on the playground, decided to try it out and actually got his tongue stuck to the fucking pole.
What'd they do? Hot water?
No, I think the lunch attendant just yanked him off the fucking pole.
He probably doesn't taste things right still to this day.
Because I remember him like crying in the classroom about how some of his taste buds were on the pole or something like that.
Oh, I'm sure. Probably. Surprised he stayed at school after that.
And that's how Josh learned how to stay off the pole. Oh, I did learn this, though. You'll appreciate this story. So my dad's talking to me because he likes to talk to me.
Uh-huh.
Like, tell me another tale. He's like, okay, son. And he tells me the tale of my Grandpa Clark there.
Uh-huh.
My Grandpa Clark had one of the first Harleys. Can you even believe it?
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah. And he was telling me a story about how my grandpa's... like one of his best friends wanted to ride the Harley, right? Because here's this awesome motorcycle that, I mean, these days would be worth $1 million probably.
I'm sure.
And his best friend wants to ride this wild hog, you know? And the dude had never ridden a motorcycle before. So my grandpa was like, well, I don't know. And his friend was like, come on, you yella. Don't be yella, you know?
Yellow belly.
What are you scared of? I'll drive this bike all around the yard. Who cares? You know?
Yeah, because of Ellis Island. I get it.
Sure. Even though, you know, he lived nowhere near New York. That's how they all sounded.
That's where they came from.
Yeah.
They.
We're
racist against their own backgrounds.
We're
That's
racist.
where they came from.
All the Ellis Islanders.
Yeah.
So my grandpa was like, okay, listen, you can ride this bike of mine, this motorbike, but I'm going to ride on the back to keep an eye on you. Like, I don't know
boy.
Yeah, right? I don't know what he was going to do. What is he going to leapfrog over this best friend and take control of the wheel if things go awry? Like, right. I don't know why this was. Maybe he thought that his best friend was just going to steal it or something.
Yeah. That shouldn't be your best friend then, huh?
Well, it wasn't at the end of this story because best friend, his first ride on a motorcycle was one of the very first Harleys. I'm sure he never forgets it because he goes to make a right-hand turn, takes that turn way too fast.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. Took it way too fast, lost control, hopped over a curb, and through a storefront window, right through a plate glass window.
Oh, no, with your grandpa still on the back.
Oh, my grandpa's still on the back. As he's falling back, my grandpa said that he saw this shard of glass coming down towards his head and slice into his forehead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm like, well, that's a way never to have a motorcycle ride ever again.
Yeah. Did your grandpa ever get another Harley?
No, he got rid of that weeks later, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, what are you going to do? You already went through a fucking window. I mean, that's tempting fate.
Where was this, Flint?
Yeah, Beecher.
Okay, yeah. Of course it was in Beecher.
The mean streets of Flint, Michigan, USA.
Well, that means your grandpa was part of the Beecher tornado.
Yeah. Well, my grandpa probably punched the tornado right in the face because he thought he was a Marlon Brando man.
Your grandpa was a cool guy.
He thought he was rebel without a cause, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He tuck his fucking white T-shirts in. He don't care.
Roll the cigarettes in your sleeve.
Well, that's the only place you can put them. What are pockets for? Communist. That's what they're for. Communist.
That's probably was said a lot in the 50s, actually.
Yeah. What you hiding in there, you commie? Only commies hide things. Put it out in the open.
Yeah, what you using your pocket for?
Yeah. What are you using your pocket for? Show what you got. You yellow? You red?
Come on, Jonesy.
Jonesy, show me what you got.
Oh, that would have been a great time to be alive. I miss I missed the 50s. Maybe I was there. Maybe I was your grandpa's friend that rode the motorcycle through the storefront.
Maybe you were. I can see that. That sounds like some sort of caper you'd get yourself into.
With the Benny Hill theme playing in the background.
Oh my God. Tommy, have we lost our edge as a podcast? We used to do crazy things. We used to be super edgy.
I think we lost our edge as people.
Yeah. Isn't that a shame?
No, it feels good. It feels good to be an old man.
Really? God.
I think so. I mean, I don't have to worry as much. I still get too drunk sometimes, but that's about it. That's about the most edgy thing I do.
Friend of the show, David the producer, and Juliet Miranda are like going live on YouTube, and I just want to crash the party.
How do you go live with them on YouTube?
I don't know. I just want to call in and act like a fool, but I don't think they do that because they're respectable people, and they'll see me call and they'll be like, "Oh no, not you."
Yeah, they'll just
anything
they won't
but
even
you.
Blink. They'll just hang in. They'll just hit the reject button.
Well, yeah, that's fitting.
Rejectable Randy.
Yeah, the reject button of the internet. That's a Miserable Retail Slave Podcast. You're welcome. Thank you so much for listening. How do you feel about this waste of time? Hey. A couple weeks ago, I don't even know how I forgot to talk about this. I saw this one-armed man, you see.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God. So I was driving down the road, and in front of me were vehicles, believe it or not.
Wow.
And the road I was on was a one-way, or not a one-way, I'm sorry, one lane. Pardon my words.
Okay.
2-lane
blacktop?
Well, it turned into 2 lanes for sure, you know? So it goes from 1 to 2. So you've got a left turn lane and, right turn lane or whatever you want. Whatever you want to do. Some call it a fast lane.
Yeah, the unpredictable lane.
Yeah, some people live in that fast lane. There's a song about it. Life in the unpredictable lane.
Sure to make you lose your mind.
Yeah. So these 2 vehicles go across. There was a car and a big white van. They go across. The big white van gets over in the right lane. The car is in the unpredictable lane. Well, the car decided he wanted to be in the right turn lane.
Oh, no.
So he whips over, but the van was right there, and the van's like, oh, slam on the brakes. Watch it. And the car, scoots back over and then speeds up and then proceeds to shift over in the right lane and slam on the brakes, forcing the van to slam on the brakes. And I'm like, oh, it's going down. Shit's popping right now.
'Tis the season, huh?
Yeah, so I slow right down because I need to see the scene in action.
Did you pull your phone out?
I should have. This should have been at World Star Hip Hop.
Just gonna say that right.
Yeah,
we could be like you could have been like the Twisted Tea Man.
Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to drop kick somebody else through the windshield or something. So this man gets out. This old man wearing a dumb straw hat and and his arm in a sling. I'm like, would you break your arm there?
Somebody else broke it.
That's childish. Who breaks their arm?
The antagonist? Is this the antagonist or is this the victim?
I think this was the antagonist who thought he was the victim because the van was and had by all rights the right place to be. Does that make sense?
Okay. The right of way?
Yeah, the right away. Right away, he had the right of way. So this man slammed on his brakes because that van dare be in his vicinity, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
And he starts raising all the hell like a savage. He's screaming and pumping his one...
Rat.
What?
Oh, I was doing I'm a savage.
Oh.
You heard that song?
No.
Oh, it's a good one. You got to listen to it. It's a hip-hop song.
I don't like hip-hop.
I'm a savage. Classic Gucci Ratchet.
Oh, you are Ratchet. I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yo.
So he's pumping his one good arm and really screaming and yelling at these two ladies in this van.
Giving it 4.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, what are you going to do if there was a big dude in there and he got out with your one arm?
What are you going to do to two ladies anyway?
I don't know. So the van just kind of backed up and went around him as this lunatic is screaming on the road.
Yeah.
And I'm still going by slow and gawking, you know. And I look, and all of a sudden I see this golden retriever stick its head out the driver's side door because the man had whipped his door open and left it wide open.
Yeah.
I'm like, you fucking animal. You're a fucking animal. Could have gotten out.
Look out for Rover, huh?
So then I stared a hole right into his soul, and he exploded into a batch of boll weevils. You know?
Oh!
So that's what happens when you cross me.
There you go. That's what happens when you... Yeah. Don't get on the wrong side of Randy.
I mean, approximately how much ass do you suppose a one-armed man could kick?
I just like that he's going after two ladies. Like, a friend of ours, I won't say his name, they got into an argument with his girlfriend, and this was probably 17 years ago maybe. And
that's at approximately a coon's age.
Yeah. And we had been drinking all night, of course. And anyway, there was loud shouts coming from the other room, and here comes this lady that I had never seen before, but I knew she was there with my friend's girlfriend. And I said, "What's going on in there?" And she punched me in the face. And my all I said was, "What's going on in there?" And my glasses go flying. And I remember getting really mad. And then our friend came out and was like, "What happened?" And I said, "She punched me." And she takes off out the front door with his girlfriend. The two girls start running down the street, and me and our friend are chasing them. And right down the road. And I remember we did it for about 5 seconds, and my friend looks at me and goes, "What are we going to do if we catch him?" We're like, "Oh, yeah. What are we going to do?" We just stopped, and they just kept running.
Oh, man. You got beat up by a girl.
I'll never forget that, because what if I caught up to him? What am I going to do? Hey! It's not, we're not people that would do anything like that. I don't know why we were chasing them. Oh,
man.
Good stuff.
What if you caught up to loud shouts after she punched you in the face and choke slammed her? That would be cool.
Right. I mean, I don't. She just took off running. I wasn't even after her. I was just standing there. She took off running, and her friend's girlfriend took off running, and I don't know if it was just like instinct or what. I don't know. We were just like, what are we gonna do if we catch him?
Man. And you don't know to this day why you got clocked in the face by loud shouts.
No, I've never seen her again, because I went back home.
She's scared. She's scared.
I went back inside and fell asleep, and obviously they came back at some point, but I don't think they came back until, a while. They were pretty far down the road anyway, and or they stayed outside or something, but I had never seen her again before. I couldn't even tell you what she looked like.
She looked like a woman you don't want to mess with.
I guess so.
She probably tells that same story. She's like, one time I punched this dork in the face. He didn't do shit about it.
Right. He was too fat to chase me.
Yeah.
That reminds me of another time. Me and the same friend were over in Canada.
Man, this friend sounds like trouble with a capital
I think
rubble.
You probably know who it is. I definitely know but I think you probably know who I'm talking about. But we were 19. We were over in Canada drinking
Vagey McVagerson.
And we were lost we got lost in Windsor, Canada. There, we couldn't find our hotel, and it was really late. And we were really drunk, and we came around this corner, and there was a lady that was like walking probably 20, 30 feet ahead of us, and my friend said, "Hey," and she turned and looked at us, and then took off running. And so he starts running. Oh, this is funny. I forgot about this. He starts running, and I'm yelling at him to stop running. And instead of stop running, he yells, "I'm not going to hurt you."
I just want to talk.
Right. We just wanted to ask her for directions, but we were, two guys, big guys drunk out of our minds.
Big guys. Listen to this humble, arrogant ass here.
Yeah, I was actually thin back then, so probably wasn't very big.
Yeah.
How about that? Humble in a different way. That should be the name of my album. Humble in a different way.
In what way is that?
I don't know. Is there a different way to be humble? I guess I got to think about these words. Right?
Yeah, you got to think about the words you say. I don't have to think about these words, Tommy. I'm over the moon excited because, God damn it, Sgt Slaughter followed me. Sgt Slaughter followed me on Twitter.
That's amazing. I'm so jealous. I need to get I do have a Twitter, I think, but I need to use my Twitter now.
Oh, ease up, listen up, you maggots, I think this needs to become the Sgt Slaughter Fancast now, because I think Sgt Slaughter should be our new patron saint of the MRS.
Oh, yes. We should get him on. We should interview Sgt Slaughter.
I would love to interview Sgt Slaughter, because you can't spell slaughter, Tommy, without laughter. And that's what we're all about.
Oh, that's good. I never thought about that.
Yeah. I mean, who was more patriotic, Tommy? Hacksaw Jim Duggan or Sgt Slaughter? Go.
Oh, Sgt Slaughter.
Hell yeah. He was a GI Joe. The toughest one there was.
It's true.
I mean.
Yeah, wow. That was the best era of wrestling, too, by the way.
I don't disagree with that.
That was the golden era. That was Roddy Piper and Jake the Snake and Honky Tonk Man and all of them. I could list them for days.
Days and days, and they were all larger-than-life cartoon characters, and he was actually a larger-than-life cartoon character.
That's very true.
I wanted a fucking Sgt Slaughter GI Joe action figure so bad. Because if you watch G.I. Joe in the morning, as I was wont to do, because I was a tough kid, I wanted to shoot some terrorists with laser blasts.
Right. I don't blame you.
He introduced every episode, this Sgt Slaughter. And
he did. I forgot
and he was real tough and barrel-chested, and he had a chest the size of Mount Rushmore, I swear.
Yes, he did. And the guy that played him looked just like him. It was like the same person.
What?
The cartoon and the wrestler.
The guy that played him. What? The guy that played. Cartoons aren't actors, right?
I mean, the wrestler that portrayed Sgt Slaughter.
What are you talking about right now?
The wrestler Sgt Slaughter looked like the Sgt Slaughter on the show on the GI Joe.
Yeah, they were the same person. Like, how is this hard for you to understand?
How can they be the same person? One of them a cartoon.
Oh my God.
I'm saying the likeness was crazy. It was good. They did a good job. He looked just like him.
Okay, he's not coming on now after that.
Well, he's not actually going to read or watch your content.
Oh, I hope not. God.
Well, you can edit it.
Why would I ever edit your buffoonery? I mean, that's what puts.
They made the cartoon. Are you saying they made the cartoon after the real guy?
Yes, you fool.
Oh, I thought the cartoon was first, and then I thought like Sgt Slaughter just became a wrestler.
Sgt Slaughter was fucking Sgt Slaughter in 1979.
Okay. All right. So the cartoon, of course, yes, that makes sense. Of course, the cartoon looked like him. They modeled it after him. See, I was thinking it was the other way around.
I mean,
so at least it makes more sense than what my thought process was.
Well, geez, what wouldn't? I mean, they didn't make an action figure of William the Refrigerator Perry, and then a man named William the Refrigerator Perry sprung into existence and started playing football spontaneously. That's not how life works.
I see. It was just like a crossover thing.
Oh, smoke some more, Tommy. Whew.
I don't do that.
Oh my God, you're out of control these days.
I didn't realize that I thought it was just like a different like Sgt Slaughter because it's like a crossover thing.
Yeah, that's what it is, Tommy. It's called a cat.
Yeah.
It's called cross promotion. It's called merchandising. it's called. You know,
sales marketing. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I get it. I'm all about it.
You know, you're going to keep saying his name in vain, and he's going to appear and say, Did somebody say Slaughter? And he's going to put you in that Cobra Clutch, which is like a sleeper hold, but a lot clutchier, and then you will pass the fuck out.
Oh, yes. I definitely would.
You would, indeed, pass the F out. Yeah. Did you know this? From 1985 to 1989, there were new Sgt. Slaughter action figures almost every year, of which I owned 0. Hasbro, the maker of GI Joe toys, discontinued production of the action figure in mid-1990, partly because the WWF's new storyline featured Slaughter as a bad guy, and in storyline as an Iraqi sympathizer.
Oh, I do remember that, though. Yeah, that was crazy. I do remember that. Yeah. I thought Sgt. Slaughter worked better as a bad guy, as a heel, as you might say.
I might say that. I think he was a heel most of his career, except when he was doing G.I. Joe stuff. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But the Iraqi sympathizer thing, they were like, G.I. Joe, Hasbro and G.I. Joe were like, oh, no, can't touch that with the 10-foot pole. And rightfully so. I mean, why would they want that? However, fuck you, Vince McMahon. You just stole all that money from Sgt. Slaughter. He was making he had to be making so much money from merchandise, you know, for his likeness in the cartoon and the action figures, you know. During the mid-1980s, Sgt. Slaughter released a full-length LP, Sgt. Slaughter and Camoflauge Rocks America. It featured a number of original songs, including the Cobra Clutch, as well as a cover of Neil Diamond's America. Oh, boy.
It seems like, now that you say that, it seems like I vaguely remember that.
Do you really? Oh, man.
I mean, it sounds so familiar, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think I had it or anything, but it sounds like maybe I've seen that somewhere before, maybe in a past life.
Maybe at the end of this episode, we'll listen to some of it and put it on Patreon.
Okay, that sounds good. I want to hear Neil Diamond's America sung by Sgt. Slaughter.
Right.
We're coming to America.
Right. Oh my God. Okay. I think. It's
not bad enough sung by Neil Diamond.
You're not a fan of the Diamond?
I went to a Neil Diamond concert and fell asleep.
Shut the fuck up.
And we had good seats too.
You went to a Neil Diamond concert?
Yeah, and I passed out.
How did you pass out?
I think I stayed up. It might have been when I was I think I was on second shift at the time, working at the General Motors plant.
Oh.
And so I got home really late and we had to leave. We wanted to leave, or I didn't get much sleep, and I think we were drinking quite a bit, and yeah. But we were like 5 rows up from the side of the stage, and yeah, I mean, not a lot of rock and roll with Neil Diamond. So I think I just nodded off a little bit. You know, he's like "Forever in Blue Jeans," and I'm like, you know.
Oh my God, did the Bomb Bomb Baz and Sweet Caroline really wake you up?
That's probably that's probably what did it. I remember he was sitting at like a round table for one, with a black tablecloth that went down to the floor with a red candle burning, And that's how he did most of the concert. So
wow, it was an intimate dinner party between him and you.
Yeah.
Wow, what a guy.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend at the time that you remember, Megan, and our buddy Richie. All three of us went and saw him. So
yeah, I figured that's who you went with.
At the Palace of Auburn Hill, we had good seats though. I would say within 10 rows of the stage at most.
I hope Neil Diamond looked out to the crowd and saw this drooling tattooed boy sleeping and snoring and felt really, really bad about himself.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Oh God.
Oh, that's funny.
I think we're going to take a quick short little break. You're listening to MRS, Miserable Rejection Sasquatches. We'll be right back.
There's nothing more refreshing than tuning into the Miserable Retail Slave podcast. Well, except for a heckler at one of Fat Tommy's wannabe comedy shows. Have you ever seen Tommy? He's a mixture of cow shit, a millennial, and a hipster, all thrown into a burlap sack, mixed up to make his bubble fat fucking slob ass. Fuck that guy. Anyways, back to the task at hand. Hyping the Miserable Retail Slave podcast. Listen to this show. Trust me, it's that good. Even the Tommy part. So don't sit around like a fat-ass Tommy. Just listen to this great and original material that these guys put out. Trust me, I endorse this podcast 100%. This is your neighborhood hype man. Over and out, let me tell you.
I can bounce to this shit. Well, I'm a king of the lion, spirit forged of the iron, where with thought of the wolves and lyrics born in the silence. You been used to some bullshit, now you hearing some science. Stare my fears up in the face with the sheerest defiance. Keep it weird till I die, that's my shit. And if they're hating, I'ma hit them with the fiercest of kindness. I can peer in your eyes and see we clearly divided by the way that you're hiding. Come on, unleash the vibrance for the dearly departed. We ain't just merely surviving. And I ain't talking about some planes when I'm saying I'm fly, but this dream is so lucid and I'm making these movements I ain't never made. Maybe I just been afraid, waiting on some miracles and better days. Played by my memories and ecstasy getaways. Brain fry, say hi, hey, watch the pain dry. But this
Welcome back to the sausage. How is everybody doing tonight? Do us a great big fucking favor. Go to that Facebook.com/Miserable Retail Slave Podcast. Join our Facebook group, would ya? It's public and we want you there, please. Invite all your friends, please. Could ya? Please, please.
Please.
As I says, please enough, snows. Oh my God! I also have another podcast. It's called Someone's Favorite Movie. I do that with the illustrious Tomco from Jake and Tom Conquer the World. Search that on all your pod machines there. And join our Patreon page, patreon.com/Miserable Retail Slave. We have exclusive eppies there, full length. They're a lot of fun. We're going to have an extended version of this episode here, and we're going to listen to some Sgt Slaughter because we are becoming the Sgt Slaughter cast, you know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yes. You know, you know where Sgt Slaughter lives? In Slaughterhouse 5.
Where?
Slaughterhouse 5.
Oh, God.
That's a literature joke. Was it above your head?
I was trying to answer real.
Get librarian knowledge in your head, Tommy. You know what his pet is? His pet's an otter. He has a pet otter, and his pet otter's name is Otter.
What's his name? Slaughter. Slaughter.
I'm so funny tonight. I can't even deal with it.
I'm believing you.
Yeah, well, you're a gullible, naive little boy, so who can?
I could see that happening, though. I could see Vince McMahon dreaming up that Slaughter.
He walks out to the ring with an otter named Slaughter.
It's all wet.
Yes. Eddie's maggots. This is my pet Slaughter.
Yeah.
Slaughter the otter.
Slaughter the otter. No, don't slaughter the otter.
Oh, Sgt Slaughter's totally going to be on this podcast. It's going to be awesome. Hey, are we going to have a guest on next week? Is that a thing that's happening, or did you drop the ball?
We're going to have my good friend, comedian Cliff Cash will be on here. Cliff is releasing his new album on January 8th. So in the meantime, if you want to check out Cliff, go to his Facebook. I'm sure he's on Twitter. I'm sure he's on Instagram. He's very good at self-promotion, and that's why he'll be on here. But yeah, he has a new comedy album coming out January 8th on Stand Up Records. And yeah, we'll have him on next week. So tune in for that. In the meantime, check out Cliff Cash on Facebook and other social medias. Excellent.
That'll be fun. He's got an album coming out. He's going to be, I don't know, talking about it. Whatever.
Yeah, I assume so.
We're gonna
marketing it.
Yeah, we're gonna stretch our interviewing muscles there. We haven't had anybody on in a Blue Corn Moon, so that'll be fun.
A Blue Corn Moon.
Yeah,
maybe that will be the name of my album.
Blue Corn Moon. It should be. You know.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
As if I'll ever record.
Yeah.
As if I'll ever even do stand up ever again.
You're not. It's over. Hey now, don't dream. It's over. That was my punk pop cover of Crowded House. You're welcome, all the people.
Crowded House. Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Who did that?
What? Excuse me? What do you mean, who did that?
Well, wasn't there an 80s band called Crowded House?
That's what I just fucking said. Pay attention, would you?
They weren't pop punk. I was thinking that you were talking about something from the early 2000s.
God, must I repeat myself? I said I just did my pop punk cover of... Oh, my God.
It's slow on the uptake, you know.
God. One of my favorite Twitter accounts for no reason of the last few days is the Eve 6 Twitter account. Have you? Oh, no. have you
I'm
heard
totally oblivion to Eve 6.
Have you heard of this Eve 6?
Yeah, but obviously, I just made a pun on their most famous song.
Yeah, but you said it wrong, so.
No, it's a total oblivion.
Is it?
Yeah. Watch it spin around to a total, or is it total oblivion?
Watch it spin around to beautiful oblivion. Rendezvous, beautiful then oblivion. I'm through with you.
Beautiful oblivion. You're right. I got the adjective wrong.
And boy, this Eve 6 is like tweets nonstop ridiculousness.
Is it just one person?
I always assume that a band is one person and it's the lead singer. So I assume this Eve 6 is the lead singer. Who is, what's his name? Let's look him up.
Even six.
Max Collins is his name. It's Max Collins. And I don't know. I don't know who controls the account, but I want to believe that he does.
Okay.
But he releases all these tweets. He tweets like 5 times a minute, it seems like, and it's all pretty much ridiculousness. So I thought it would be fun if I sang the tweets.
Singing Eve 6.
In the form of a song. Here we go. This was starting 11 minutes ago. 10 out of 10, Bezos was a booger eater as a child. I literally have an interview with WAPO on Thursday. Maybe not anymore. I'm worried that if my nervous system starts allowing me to eat and sleep, I won't be able to do good posts anymore. I'm fine. Don't put me in a box just because I'm the singer of a 90s band. You know?
Wow, were they 90s? I thought they were early 2000s too. I'm losing my mind. Did they have any other hits other than Beautiful Oblivion?
Here's to the Night.
I don't remember that one, I don't think.
Here's to the night we felt alive. Or something.
Oh, like yeah, maybe. Maybe, now that you sing it.
People with OCD need to be careful with prayer. One short one will do. Nothing sadder than a CrossFit guy with a fake email job calling his mom and her saying, I have to call you back, son. I'm on the other line. Let Trap back on here so they can at me and I can ignore them.
He's calling out Trapped. I like that.
6 of non-alcoholic beers and a couple of fat rails. Oh, crank. This is a joke, Dad.
Jesus.
Just crushed my 6 non-alcoholic beer.
What?
Tony Soprano fat is the perfect weight for a man.
Oh, man. Max Collins.
How do you say Warped Tour in Latin? Stephen Jenkins, can I stay at your place for 6 to 8 months rent-free?
That's Third Eye Blind reference.
It's over for you boogers.
Were you a Third Eye Blind fan? I wasn't really a Third Eye Blind fan. They lost me in the doos.
I'm the Kurt Cobain of posting. No like because he was good at his job. Nice to meet you, parasocially. The bass guitar is the dumbest musical instrument.
Oh, wow. God dang. Somebody needs to take his phone away from him. I almost said keyboard because he's like the late 90s band, so that's probably what he still uses. He's probably sitting at his desktop.
Harvey Danger fucking rules. Every time I diss your 90s band, your streams go up. You're welcome.
Flagpole Sitta, huh?
Well, I mean, that's a great song, right?
I've been around the world and found that only stupid people are breeding.
Good morning, interstate fake email job warriors. It's your day of rest. Sheathe those laptops till the sun wakes you from your nightmares tomorrow.
God, what was worse, Eve 6 or Duncan Sheik?
Ooh, God. I'll never log off here. Oh, I'll never log off. I'm here. You have to deal with me. Smash Mouth greater than the Foo Fighters.
What? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He's like a little troll, too, huh?
He's a little something, all right.
I don't think he was just kidding Dad about that crank.
Maybe not.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, God.
Sure doesn't sound like it.
If I ever meet Marilyn Manson, I'm going to call him Stinky Butt.
I like that one.
I do too. I wish you would, sir. Oh my God.
Then just watch Marilyn Manson grab him and bite him in the neck.
Courtney Cox once told me she was a big fan. Thank you, friends. Thank you, foes. This is a truly horrific place, but there's also beauty in it. How do I get followers that didn't go to college?
Oh, boy.
Good rock and roll offers total forgiveness for being human. I don't know that all the treats I show up in your time. Well, I don't know what that means.
I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah, it's really just a stream of consciousness clusterfuck is what it is here.
Maybe it's something his therapist recommended he do.
He needs a new therapist, I think. Let's see if I can find that Sgt Slaughter album. We'll wrap up the normal episode and then we'll do the Sgt Slaughter, okay?
Okay.
Thank you for listening to the Miserable Retail Slave Show. I hope you got your money's worth, which was free. You know, it's a free program, but we appreciate you showing up and hopefully we entertained you. How do you feel about this episode? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah, me? Yeah. 7.5 out of 10.
I feel like that's fair. Maybe a strong 6, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't our best, but it definitely wasn't our worst.
Oh, man. I mean, sometimes we just don't got it, right?
That's right.
Christ almighty. Oh, boy. I was listening to a podcast earlier. Have you ever listened to a podcast?
Once or twice.
Are you yawning in my microphone right now?
No.
Okay.
Into my phone.
Yeah. I listened to a show called the Bub and Gobs Show today.
The what?
Bub and Gobs Show.
Bub and Gobs. Okay.
Yeah, and it's just a couple of buds. And they had another podcast on called, oh man, I need to look that up, right? Can't be starting no pod war here.
Yeah. What a weird name for a podcast.
Yeah. Dads on Dayquil, the people from the Dads on Dayquil podcast. And it was fun. They did a bunch of Christmas karaoke songs. Just a couple.
Oh, okay.
A bunch of dudes hanging out and having fun. And that's what we're all about, right?
Yeah, we never recorded the Tommy karaoke album.
Oh, we will. Don't worry. We'll get to it. Now that you brought it up. And I know you're real jazzed about it. We'll do that.
That's another thing. If you join the Facebook group, you can suggest songs for me to sing karaoke.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
So check out the Bub and Gobs group, the Bub and Gobs group, the Bub and Gobs show. And boys, if you want, you can come on this podcast here. You know, we'll have a good time. Maybe.
Yeah. I feel like I'd like guys named Bub and Grobs.
Gobs, you can't say it wrong.
Oh, Bub and Gobs.
Yeah. Pub and Grubs, you got it. Surf and Turf podcast. They're the Surf and Turf again. Yeah. But thank you so much. If you want to hear the extended version of this epi, you can go to patreon.com. We're going to critique the work of the immaculate Sgt Slaughter, and tweet at Sgt Slaughter telling him that, you know, you should be on the Miserable Retail Slave podcast because they fucking adore you and your mustache. He's one of those immaculately mustachioed men.
Yeah, perfect mustache.
He's one of them that can pull it off. You know, he's up. I dare say I put him up there with a Selleck. I mean, without that stash, I mean, it's hard. He's just Sergeant Laughter, not Sgt Slaughter.
And he had the aviators to go with it.
Oh yeah, he did. I mean, the whole ensemble was really just the bee's knees, I think. But anyways, we'll see you next time. Hopefully you join us on our Patreon page. And until then, stay miserable. Bye.